What is up, peeps? A lot of people pissed off by Apex Legends over the past couple of days after some exorbitant spending required to unlock a new item with the Final Fantasy collaboration. I am super curious what you guys all think about this one because coming from other games, it's very interesting to see the spending in Apex versus other games and what they may or may not require out of you. If you guys missed this latest update with Final Fantasy, it seems requirements around this, if you're to unlock the cases to actually get this final item, the death box, well, it's going to take you around $360 to do so. An extreme amount of money for any video game skin out there in any game you want to talk about, leading to a lot of backlash from the community on this exact topic. Was this them being very greedy? Was this them taking advantage of an audience? But because you opt in, is this actually okay? Is it as bad as people make it out to be? What do you guys think? Because the community, and I would say rightfully so, was extremely pissed off, saying $300 plus for this is ridiculous. If you love Apex Legends, you have to know that supporting these ridiculous practices will not fix any of the real issues that plague this game, and instead will just keep getting more overpriced events. We want collabs, but at reasonable prices. Ain't no one paying $360 for a Deathbox skin, man. Can't believe you're normalizing gacha games too. I'm not paying $360. The cost involved is just insane. Apex fumbles their genuine collab event by charging us even more obscene prices than usual. And that was not just randoms. That was also pro players. That was streamers. That was creators. That was even outsiders looking in. I'm like, $360 for the first thing is a death box, something you're not even going to see unless you die, or there was speculation that the death box was also an animation giving to people that you actually killed, which in that case, if you just get killed by a rich person that already bought the death box, you get it for free. If you just watch the feed, and if you just die, you get what they had to pay for, you know? There were other comical videos about this though, which I just have to pay attention to. These were some amazing videos, like other things that you can buy with nearly $400. And yes, you guessed it, you can buy a lot of things with almost $400.
What do you guys think about that
pizza today
death box animation?
Shit's fucking stupid. I would have bought it if it wasn't like $360.
$350.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sure.
Is that just inflation?
No, that's just fucking bunch of greedy fucks. I said inflation. You're the fucking US economy.
Box effect is for who you kill, not your own box. I mean, I don't even care if it's for everyone's box, including my own and theirs. That shit seems fucking worthless, bro. Like, really, we're doing death box skins? Like, I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I think it's cool. I like the creativity. Really?
Here's a list of things you could buy for the same price as the Deathbox skin in the Final Fantasy crossover event in Apex Legends. The entire Final Fantasy collection of video games, 3 weeks of groceries, 4 brand new DualSense controllers, 2 Xbox or PlayStation Pro controllers, Amazon Prime for 4.5 years, 258 extra rashers of bacon from McDonald's, 117 hamburgers from Wendy's, 4 pairs of Nike sneakers, a brand new set of AirPods, and if you like things going in your mouth, which causes it to be in pain, 1,538 throat lozenges.
And then even Sweet having a debate about this, saying $360 to fully partake in the Final Fantasy X Apex Legends event is a huge turnoff and makes no sense compared to other games' costs for collab content. Tech replies, I think it's absolutely insane that it's somewhat normalized in the Apex community to spend $200 to $300 for every collection event. When I was in my teens playing Halo and COD, I hesitated to spend $20 on DLCs. I couldn't imagine spending $200 every other month as a teenager or young adult. It's mind-blowing. Other people saying they could have changed normal event prices. It feels a bit predatory, especially with the lack of addressing other issues. Someone else making note that Fortnite sold the entire TMNT bundle for $34. That included 4 skins, 4 pickaxes, 4 back blings, and 4 Lego-style versions of the skins. There is zero excuse for any game to be charging as much as Apex does. And there was a lot of other debates out there and thousands upon thousands of comments that I did agree with, but also someone and some actually trying to make reason of why they would do this. The first and foremost being if they are paying, as typically this is how it goes, for this collaboration and the rights to use these Final Fantasy characters, skins, whatever, inside their game, they're probably paying a nominal price. That's how you would imagine Epic Games and Fortnite does a lot of their collaborations, and maybe having to make up the sum of money they paid to have those rights in game, thus the exorbitant amount of money required to actually unlock the final item in Deathbox. They charge you $360, and eventually they make however many millions to pay back for the rights to use those skins in the first place. But people still debating, is that really the case? Is that the margins that they need to afford a Final Fantasy collaboration? Because more than likely, you would think they're going to make their money back. I mean, I think Apex does well. I don't know the books, right? I could be wrong, but that's one part of the debate. And then you have other people saying that, hey, if you don't want it, don't buy it. This is completely opt-in, which I do agree with that part, but it's also the final piece. It's like for a lot of people, if it wasn't a death box, right? Let's say it was a different item or skin, it would be extremely unfair. In this case, I think it's a bit lessened because it's a death box. You know, I think there's other things that people care about more, but if there's the final collaborative piece for Final Fantasy and that's the one you want and you have to pay that much, that's really sucky, you know, because once you buy it, that's it. There's no more value. And that's where the comparison to other games comes into play, because no other games are doing this, at least the AAAs that we're talking about on this channel. You don't even see Call of Duty doing this. And it's not really a fair comparison to a game like CS, but even Valorant skins are considered expensive, but they aren't like this, you know, like almost $400 for a death box. Maybe it's just me, but that is dumb. That is really stupid, and it's greedy, and it's a bad look for the game. Just my opinion. And I'll make one last argument to all of you guys on this topic, because I'm curious what you guys think about it too. With all of these games really lacking marketplaces, aside from a few, Counter-Strike the most prominent example, if I want to spend $400 in CS, it will most likely, whatever I spend that on, if it's an actual skin and not cases, that's the other side, right? CS cases are obviously an atrocious investment. I would never recommend anyone open cases. Don't do it. Just buy the skin you want. But the game offers that solution. You can buy the skin you want and then sell that same skin that you wanted and that you now have. And for me, I know other games probably can't implement this. There are certainly issues that Counter-Strike is somehow bypassed with being a legendary and old age system. They somehow had it in place very early on, right? But for me, it seems crazy to want to spend this much money on skins that will never hold their value yet again. Only if I'm going to be playing Apex and the game can promise me it's going to be around for 10 to 20 years would I ever be investing this much money. And that's why I love other games having A, cheaper skins, or B, a marketplace where I can make a reason with why I want to spend that much money. For me, this just seems so out of the blue. Like, we're used to heirlooms being expensive, but this, for me, it just seems another step above. So I understand why people are pissed off. What do you guys think? Are you buying the death box? Clearly a lot of pro players and streamers won't be, but even if we don't, will they still make enough to make it a reason to do this more in the future? I guess we'll find out with the next collab, huh? Till next time, take care of yourselves, drink up, hydrate. Thanks to Buff for always being here, and we'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care.